time she had
This
one.
is my audience. Okay, everybody hold still.
Okay, you're on. It's good.
Here's a startling fact. During the great influenza pandemic of 1918, at least 20 million people worldwide, or 2.5% of the world's population, died from the influenza virus. Back then, doctors didn't know how the flu virus spread, and it spread like a wildfire, and they could not stop it. Today, thanks to modern science, we not only know how it spreads, but we have the tools and the knowledge to come up with a yearly vaccination to prevent you from getting the influenza virus. According to the Center for Disease Control website, 2/3 of the population declines the influenza vaccination every year. 36,000 people in the United States alone die from the flu virus, and 100 of those are children. Now that I have grabbed your attention, I hope I will be able to persuade you to become a flu shot advocate. Tonight I will speak about the need to increase the numbers of people being vaccinated, talk about how easily the flu virus can spread, and briefly discuss a plan that is already in place that has effectively increased the vaccination in a community just like ours. First, let's talk a little bit about the priority group that must get vaccinated. The Center for Disease Control recommends that all children between the ages of 6 months and 19 years of age get vaccinated. The other group of people that are at high risk to get the influenza are people with asthma, diabetes, and heart and blood diseases, as well as pregnant women and people over the age of 50. The only group of people that should not get vaccinated are people that have an anaphylactic reaction to eggs, and that is an extremely small group of people. Now let's talk about how easily the influenza virus can spread. The influenza virus is spread by virus-infected droplets that can land anywhere. How often do you see people not covering their mouths when they cough or sneeze? And what about people that sneeze and cough into their hands? Before they can get anywhere to wash their hands, they have most likely touched several things along the way. This is a great example of how easily it can spread. According to Marty Beljo, infection control preventionist at our local hospital, the influenza virus can be spread for up to 48 hours before you even get sick with the flu. If all healthcare workers, for example, were immunized, something that is called herd immunity would exist, she states. T.J. John, author of the article Herd Immunity and Herd Effect, defines herd immunity as the resistance to the spread of infectious disease in a group because susceptible members are few, making transmission from an infected member unlikely. In other words, in plain English, because vaccinated people have antibodies that neutralize the virus, they are much less likely to transmit it to other people. I know that some people think that a pandemic like the one in 19 couldn't possibly happen in today's world, but experts like pediatrician Dr. Moshe Ip, author of the article The Next Flu Pandemic, disagrees and feels that someday it could be even worse. An example he uses follows. China is considered to be one of the likely sources of the next pandemic due to a large amount of people living in very close proximity. China has become very lax in their trade and tourism restrictions, and that reason, along with the vast increase in air passenger service in today's world, will spread the virus around the globe very quickly. But if we increase the number of vaccinated people worldwide, we could be able to prevent that from occurring. Why do people choose not to get vaccinated? Some feel it is only a guess by the CDC as to what viruses they choose to protect us against, so why bother? Because they might not get it right. And that is true. The CDC will take their top 3 choices of the strain that they feel will strike and put these into the vaccines. And it is true that they have missed. But the CDC states that the vaccine will be 70 to 90% effective against the strain they choose, and to me, those are good odds. Some people feel that the vaccine will make them sick. The most common side effect of the vaccination is swelling and pain at the injection site. Any other bad reactions are thought to be in your immune system's way of gearing up to protect you against that virus. Other advocates for not getting the flu shot feel that you can outsmart the flu. by doing things such as washing your hands frequently, avoiding crowded places, and getting excellent nutrition from a healthy diet. But as a nurse and a mom, I know how difficult it is for both adults and children to eat a healthy diet. So why take the chance? To me, the benefits outweigh the risks, and getting an annual flu shot is a smart thing to do. Let's briefly discuss a plan that's helping one community increase its numbers. According to Zachary Bechtold, MD, author of the article Launching a Community-Wide Flu Vaccination Plan, a community as a whole should take responsibility for vaccinating its citizens. One of the first steps in this plan is to contact everyone involved with flu vaccinations in the community and gather them together to create a better system that would be more effective for all of its community members. One of the things they started was to set a start date for the vaccination and did not offer the vaccination before that. They also shared vaccinations to providers whose shipments were delayed. The health department and the local retailers agreed to wait 2 weeks after the doctor's offices administered the vaccination. So people got their vaccination where they had agreed upon. It brought a community together to work toward a common goal. The community of 40,000 in Oklahoma is very happy with their plan and has seen their vaccination numbers increase by 600 after only 1 year. In conclusion, if you are a member of one of the priority groups and have not been vaccinated, get one. We now know how easily it can spread and how important it is to protect as many people as possible. The flu shot is available to just about everyone for free, and in my opinion, there are very few people out there that have a reason for not getting vaccinated. It literally takes this quick. Unvaccinated, healthy people who get influenza can spread their infection to others who are most vulnerable to its complications. History has shown that influenza can kill millions of people very quickly, and the only protection we have to get vaccinated is the flu shot. One death from an unvaccinated person is one too many. To all those people who don't get vaccinated, get the flu shot, or that death could be you. Why are you